You ever look something up online and just get a weird feeling? Like the story isn't all there? Well, today, we're going to be digital detectives. We're going to investigate one of those cases, the strange online ghost story of a university in Pakistan and what its digital footprint is really telling us, and more importantly, what it's hiding.
So our whole investigation really boils down to this one kind of unsettling question. When you look up the Benazir Bhutto Shaheed University in Lyari, are you actually finding a real school or just its digital ghost?
You know how it is? Almost every search starts on Wikipedia. And here are the basics. It's a public university founded back in 2010. Seems simple enough, right? Well, this is exactly where things start to get interesting. Boom! Right at the top of the page, we just hit a wall of warnings. And this isn't some small footnote, it's a huge, bright red flag that something is off. The page is practically screaming at us not to trust it. So, what are these issues?
Okay, first up, it lacks inline citations. What that means is the facts and figures you see on the page, they aren't actually linked to a source. It's kind of like someone telling you a wild story but then refusing to say how they know any of it.
And then there's the second warning, which just builds on the first. So not only are the sources not cited right, but the entire article seems to be propped up by just one single source. We're talking about a very, very shaky foundation here.
And here's the final blow. It's just lacking reliable references, period. You put all these warnings together, and what you get is a picture of a digital artifact, something that was created and then, for all intents and purposes, just abandoned. But you want to know the most shocking part?
Look at this date, November 2014. These warnings have been sitting there since 2014. For years, this has been the main digital face of the university for anyone doing a quick search. It's like an online storefront that's just been left to fall apart.
And this right here, this shows you exactly what that neglect looks like. The page promises things like a gym and a library will be available. Did you catch that? Future tense. It's a promise from the past. And right next to it, you've got the perfect punchline from the Wikipedia editors. Citation needed. There's zero proof any of it ever happened.
So, is that the whole story? An abandoned project? A ghost? Well, if we're going to be good detectives, we have to dig deeper. We have to go beyond that first click. So let's see what happens when we look at the university's own website.
And whoa, what we find paints a completely different picture. The university calls itself a beacon of hope, totally focused on empowering underprivileged students. Now, that does not sound like a digital ghost. That sounds like a place with a real, powerful, living mission.
This is the turning point in our investigation. This is where we move away from that stub, that short, neglected Wikipedia article, and start digging into the real substance of what this university is all about.
And the difference gets so much clearer when you just look at the details. Okay, on the left, you've got Wikipedia's messy list of departments. I mean, come on, they've got pharmacy on there twice. But on the right, from the university's actual site, you see this clean, organized structure of 4 distinct faculties. One is a confusing mess, the other is the logical setup of a real, functioning institution.
And now we have a voice. This isn't some anonymous, uncited webpage anymore. This is Professor Dr. Sayed Hussein Mehdi, the Vice Chancellor. He's talking about commitment, about growth. This is the voice of an active, living university.
So if there's leadership and a mission, what are they actually doing? Is this place active? Let's push back against that frozen-in-time Wikipedia page and take a look at what's actually happening on campus right now.
See, this isn't ancient history. This is happening now. The university is hiring new professors, they're opening that renovated auditorium we heard about, and no citation needed this time. They're signing deals to connect students with jobs. They're even planning to hire more people into late 2025. This place is alive, and it's moving forward.
And remember those vague promises of facilities? Well, today, the reality is high-speed internet, state-of-the-art computer labs, digital libraries, and a dedicated IT support team. These aren't just empty bullet points. These are the actual tools the university is using right now to empower its students and make good on its mission.
So after all our digital detective work, what have we actually learned? Well, the answer really lies in that simple idea of looking beyond the first, easy results you find.
This is really the heart of the story. On one hand, you've got the echo, that neglected Wikipedia page completely frozen in 2014. And on the other hand, you have the reality, a vibrant university actively shaping its own future. The two could not be more different.
You know, at the end of the day, this investigation was never really just about one university. It's a perfect case study for the age we live in. It shows you just how easily a living, breathing institution can be completely misrepresented by an outdated echo online, and why it's so incredibly important for all of us to just dig a little bit deeper.
And that really just leaves us with one final thought. The next time you do a quick search and you land on a page that just feels off, remember this story, because it really makes you wonder, what other important realities, what other beacons of hope are hiding just one click behind a broken, outdated web page?